It was once a man. It was once a man. Come on now. Look at this box. Look at this presentation. You can't get any better. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Once a man. Literally, let's open it. Let's unbox it. Let's review it. Super excited. Let's go. Alright guys, I just opened it up. Let's go through my step-by-step process to review and unbox this. First off, presentation. Where the way you look at it, unbelievable how you can see that you got the Cobra, you got the snake, you got how he's turning. It is unmatched by far. You even have the different Corbalas in it. I'm trying to get out the words because it is such an awesome presentation. Like the box, I will admit, I even saw some on social media, somebody posted this. It's almost hard for me to open up the box because I love the opening so much. Like, as we know, there were other San Diego Comic-Con exclusives such as Dr. Mindbender. This one puts that one to shame. Like, this is unbelievable. I would give this the highest review I could for presentation. Unbelievable. The back, of course, is just a regular. And then in front, again, it shows you literally how Cobra Commander changes. And it goes back to once a man. Absolutely love that. So, can't tell you how amazing the presentation is enough. It is just phenomenal. Okay, number 2, let's talk about price. So, of course, you got this at the San Diego Comic-Con, which that is done. Can't do that anymore. I believe at the San Diego Comic-Con, I believe it was $34.99 if I remember correctly. Don't comment me on that because I wasn't there. I know the people that were there bought it. However, of course, I got this, of course, on eBay. That is where it was. At first, it was $225 on eBay. Of course, that was right away. I don't know how people got it like that, but that was posting on eBay for $225. It's come down to about $100. I will be honest with you and tell you I got mine for $90. I saw it as low as $85. Of course, you can bid on it, but the bidding is somewhere around $90 to $100 to $110 right now. Will they release it on Hasbro Pulse? The answer is yes. That's the rumor out there. That's what they're supposed to do. They're saying August 5th. So you and I will be on the lookout because I'm not going to lie. This is so amazing that I want another one, right? So I think it's just awesome. But yes, they are out there. Yes, they're on eBay. They're somewhere around $100, anywhere from really $90 to $110, maybe as high as $120. It just depends on how much you're willing to pay. All right, third step. So we've already talked about presentation. We've talked about price and where you can buy. Third step, let's go ahead and unbox it. So here we go. So first off, you can go ahead and open it up from the side. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. And again, from the presentation, unmatched. So much better. And I even have, for example, San Diego Comic-Con Zartan, which I love. I would consider this probably the second best one. If you've noticed, I haven't even opened it yet. Okay? Because it's just so awesome. This one is sealed. This one, of course, is Velcro. I really appreciate that. So I can open it. So I would definitely say the Zartan I absolutely love. This is even better. Even better. So they have the Velcro that you can open up. And then, of course, there is the Once a Man right there. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and open it up and take the Cobra Commander out. All right, very simple to take him out. You just go ahead and cut the 2 pieces of tape up here. We're going to go ahead and close it up because we are absolutely keeping the box forever. I keep a lot of my boxes. And this will definitely be one of those that I add to my collection. So we're going to keep that there because I got to showcase this. So this is definitely going to go up where I can see it and I can display it. That's so important to me. The box. All right, so here is Cobra Commander himself. Once a man. Let's go ahead and take him out. All right, so we always start off with the guy first. Here is Cobra Commander himself, Once a Man. Hopefully you have seen the show, the movie, G.I. Joe the movie. If not, I did a whole review on it. Please watch it. It's one of my other videos I just released. So let's go ahead and talk about the articulation and how he looks. Face is amazing. Really, really detailed, super detailed face. Absolutely love it. His chest has got kind of that snake-like reptile look to it. Very, very clean, very, very good looking. Absolutely love it. Cobra Commander chest, the vest, has been, of course, ripped open through all this. And then everything else is pretty simple, but I do love the face articulation. Very, very, very well done. Let's go ahead and move on to the accessories. All right, so very interesting. So first off, you can actually take the head off and put on the original Cobra Commander head. So like basically how he first starts out after the Cobra La guy, the main Cobra La guy, when he changes him, of course, into the once a man, changes him into the reptile. So you can go ahead and pop this head off. And we can put on his regular head, just like that. And I'll give you guys a look at that. All right. So that is very cool. Really like that. They even have another face mask, another shield, face shield of his, where you can see that it's breaking and cracking from him growing as a reptile. As you know, watching the movie, he continuously evolved to become this reptile, this snake. And so you can see that that's very cool. So let's see about changing that out. Okay, so I do not see how this fits on here because the one that is currently in here you cannot take out, right? It is all one piece, is how it fits on the top of the action figure. So I do not see how you can exchange it out. So I'm guessing that this is just a piece that comes with it to show you how his face shield breaks apart. But I am even trying to put on top of the face shield. It doesn't work. I cannot pull out this face shield. So I think that this is a face shield that you can just really keep as your own. Of course, you can't just put it on top of the original. That looks a little weird. So I don't think you can do that either. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the other accessories. All right. So to pull out here, the snake. This is, of course, what he eventually turns into fully, right? When he wraps around Roadblock as in the movie. So if you watch the movie, this is eventually what it turns into. So you can just literally place that right next to him. And again, we have the face shield and the original head. We do have a back here that can hold probably one of the guns. So we're going to go ahead and put it on the back. And we're going to bring out the other accessories. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, we took all the accessories out. Let's get rid of that. All right, so what do we have here? So first off, we have a knife, which can go on the side here into the holder. So that's one. Two, we have the gun, Cobra Commander's gun. So I believe that that's what this backpack is for. So we'll go ahead and place his gun just like that on his back. So give you guys a nice good look at that. So that's there. And then they also give you four other hands. So right now he has the open hands, which you can use, for example, holding his gun. So if you want to display him with a gun, you can. Otherwise, you have two closed fists, you have an open hand, and then you have one that points a finger. So now I'll give you guys a nice good look at each and every one of those, of course. All right? And that's him. That's Cobra Commander. So we've gone through presentation. We've gone through price and where you can find it. We've unboxed him. We've looked at the accessories. Now let's go on to the next phase, and that is movement and how you can display him. So let's go ahead and talk about the movement a little bit. So with the movement, most of my guys, I display in an A stance like this. So of course, he does have the two holes underneath. I can go ahead and take one of the stands, put him on one of the stands, and have him stand up. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take one of my 3D printed stands, which, by the way, I do sell these on eBay. If you want to find them, I got different versions. This one's, of course, blue and red. Love it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And I'm going to go ahead and display him on this. I think it's very fitting and very perfect. And a nice A stand. So there you go. So this is how I usually display my guys. And of course, I would put the snake probably right next to him. And then all of his accessories go in my storage bin, which I label which I get those, for example, at the container store or someplace like that. So as far as this looks, I think it looks great in an A stance. I think that's wonderful. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and talk about the different movements. So if you want to explain differently, his arms, so his elbows simply move up and down. No different movement there. His entire arm at the shoulder can move as well, all the way up. So if you want to have him up here, if you want to have him with the point finger right there, having him point at you, for example, like a Sergeant Slaughter type deal, you can have him do that. Both arms are the exact same. You can bend the elbows. And again, you got the different hands that you can use as well. Okay? If you like to display him with the leg forward in a stance like this, which I know some people do, you could probably do that. It's probably easier to find one of those stands that have the two prongs, one in front of the other. So you could definitely do that. Here, I'm finding that if you just want to display him without the stand, he's not as stable. Like, I just do not find him to be as stable. Right there, he's staying okay. I wouldn't trust it, to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of the stands. I think he does a little better in the A position, maybe with the stand. That's fairly stable there. With his legs, so of course you got this movement. He can flex his legs all the way upward, bring him back this far. As far as the knees go, very difficult to move there, but of course, same old movement as always. And then of course we have the ankles, which of course we all know. You can move around completely. You can actually rotate them to a high degree. So of course we have that as well, which I totally get nowadays, but I wish they would make them a little bit more stable so that we can display them a little bit better. He stays very well on the stand, very strong. Yes, he's not going to fall over. I love the stand, and I love the Cobra right next to him. This is how I'm going to display mine, right behind me with all my other Joes. And again, definitely the box. The box is huge. So, gone through all the steps. Finally, let's give you my grade. Overall, will I recommend, neutral, or not recommend? And this one, it's a recommend. And I know what's funny is that I completely agree with this. Somebody wrote on social media, why is everyone so obsessed on getting this? And this was before even the Comic-Con happened, the San Diego Comic-Con happened. Why is everyone so obsessed with getting this when the movie was so bad? And it was, right? Like, if you watch my review, I gave it at most a 6 out of 10. It's not very good, right? The plot can definitely use some fine-tuning. I wish that they would make a new version, but of course that was years ago that they made it, back in '87. But anyway, but this is just an iconic figure, right? It's just an iconic figure. It's something that every G.I. Joe fan wants, every G.I. Joe fan knows about, every G.I. Joe fan has watched the movie. I just think that they did an amazing job with this. I love the presentation. They spent time and effort on this. Very clear, very easy to see. They spent a lot of detail on his head and everything. I love the extra shield that's broken with that. I love the snake that comes with it. It is worth the money. I know we're going to be paying for it. It's, Dr. Mindbender goes for $90 or $100 now. This goes for $90 or $100 now. So that's just a running rate after San Diego Comic-Con. So, and of course, the Zartan's more now. I paid $140 for that. So it's a little bit more. But this is completely worth it. I highly recommend getting it. That is my final grade for this. Hey, thanks for staying with me. As always, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Thank you again. Hey, yo, Joe.